Hi everyone, this is Debbie. Welcome to my first vlog ever made. But I'm really excited to start off the semester using this particular platform. I am really nervous. If I'm speaking a little bit too low, please forgive me. I'll try and do better next time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the questions for this assignment. One of the questions for the PAR articles that I read that I wanted to address was the question regarding my understanding of the purpose of the text and how it informs my understanding about the concepts of teaching culturally related classes or just courses in general. So my understanding of this particular article is that we need to develop a method where researchers integrate themselves in the communities of those that they are researching about or the participants in general. Kidd and Kral, I want to say, I hope I'm saying his name right, mentioned that PAR is not a method. It's not necessarily a method, at least not in a micro level, but most likely in a macro level, in a much bigger scale. It is a method, but rather the creation of a context in which knowledge development and change might occur, much like building a factory in which tools may be made rather than necessarily using tools already at hand. So we're basically creating things from scratch where we are integrating ourselves in the community and trying to understand those that are participating in our research. And also drawing attention to the needs of those in those communities and whatnot. Another idea that I really that actually resonated with me was the conscientization idea from Paulo Freire. This is the man that we've mostly talked about in most of our classes from 2 semesters ago, as well as last semester, where he had the idea of one size fit all for in terms of education, which most of us did not agree with, but I did like his idea here, where he wanted researchers to take on more epistemological responsibility and be willing to question and challenge established methodological tenets. So if we're able to question some of the methods or ideas that are already in place in our education communities, we should be able to make changes when we learn from some of the things that we know that we can change, especially when those changes involve lives of this people that we are researching about. The article also touched upon some of the things that we need to be careful about in terms of using PAR as a method in our communities, which is to make sure that we have detailed descriptions of the participants and their roles in our studies, as well as reflect on the engagement knowledge and reveal the changes or lack thereof. If there were no changes made during our research or during our time with them, we should definitely write or put those in our reports and whatnot. And then also be structural and personal for the people involved, including researchers. On to question 2, what is the significance of this text? I think this text wanted to give us an idea of how to approach curriculum creation and whatnot in terms of teaching or targeting culturally, racially, linguistically, and social class diverse classrooms and educational spaces, other than just reading off of what the school districts or whoever is in charge gives the teachers to read. This is one of the methods that we can definitely use in order to successfully implement or successfully teach those classes or make them come to life. This topic is definitely not something that I have talked about before, but maybe something similar would be the ethnography classes or ethnography method that Dr. Lozano has mentioned in one of our classes that we had with him not too long ago. But it seems like this idea seems to work, where you not only teach within the community, but also live within the community, where you are able to experience some of the things that the students are experiencing, and also being able to integrate their experiences into the classroom. Part 2. after reading this, I can definitely see a curriculum where this action research plan for integrating into the communities is definitely developed, especially if it's known to be able to strengthen student, family, community, school involvement in schools and community settings. This is because of some of the research that I've read about in the past, including the ethnography book that we read a few semesters ago. I definitely find that being part of the community seems to help the students a lot more, and as well as teaching them based on their experiences. I think I am more experienced or more knowledgeable about educational theories and philosophies as well, based on not necessarily my personal experience, but some of the knowledge that I've gained while in this program. Majority of them I did not know anything about in particular, or if I did, they were very little, not very informative as they should have been. So I'm really thankful to be able to read some of the theories and philosophies education-wise through this program. And I am looking forward to creating a plan that also implements some of those things. Hopefully having a successful plan at the end of the program. Like I've mentioned quite a few times, I haven't actually taken any classes that talked about theories in terms of education, but politically, I think I have seen a lot of bills and resolutions that are pertaining to ethnic studies in general, but not necessarily the theoretical part of it, but mostly how why we should implement such programs into our schools and how it has helped, at least the studies that have shown evidence of how beneficial it is to our students. I think this text has definitely supported some of the texts and readings that I've had been able to go over throughout this program, simply because they mostly talk about the theories as well. Paul Freire's theories were mostly coming up, as well as Banks' theories. So it does support it because it has its ups and downs. There are good parts and not so efficient parts of this particular method. But yeah, in general, it does talk about how we can better our education system in general. So I'm really looking forward to reading more about those PAR articles, or just even me being able to create something based on this method. Well, that's all I have for now. Hopefully what I said did make sense to a lot of you, and I wasn't just going on a rant here. So yeah, thank you for listening. I hope to see or read some of your responses once this is posted. Thank you all. Bye.